If you have ever opened Databricks and got confused with words like schema, catalog, workspace, or even tables, then you are not alone. So right now, I'm just going to be showing you exactly how Databricks is structured, and I'm going to be helping you understand how to set up your workspace, catalog, and schema, and how you can start working with tables. So let's get straight into this. So first, I just want to come over here that says workspace, and we're going to click on workspace. And so your workspace is your main working environment. This is where every work, every code, every notebook, every SQL query and cluster and job and everything you do in Databricks lives. All right, so it is advisable that whenever you're working on a special or a new project, you set up a new workspace. And inside this workspace now, please pay attention. All you need to do is to come to create, and you can either create a folder, a JIT folder, a notebook, a query file, a Py file. In fact, you can use PySpark and SparkSQL inside of Databricks. You can also build ETL pipeline, legacy alert, and the rest of them. You can also set up your MLOps professionally right inside Databricks using Databricks Workspace. So this is your general working environment. So right now, let's create a new folder, a special folder. So just click on create folder, and so we will call this lesson workspace. And so please go ahead and click on create. And congratulations, we have successfully created a workspace called lesson workspace, which is a folder. And so inside this folder, you have the privilege of either creating more folders, JIT folders, notebook, query files, dashboard, even carrying out your full MLflow experiments. But then when next you want to locate this workspace, all you need to do is come over and click on home, and you'll find all folders of your workspace you have created. So I have created and I've been working on some other projects, as you can see here: declarative pipeline, Jumio says, Marker says, MLOps end-to-end project, and the rest of them. So this is the one we just created. And so next we go over to catalog, and I'll show you how you can set up your catalog. So please click on create catalog, and so we will call this lesson catalog. Your catalog simply means your top level storage container where all your data and table files live in. So there are different types of catalog. You just come right here, you see we have the standard catalog that contains table views, functions, and other objects, and then we also have the foreign catalog, and this gives you the privilege of connecting to your MySQL, Postgres, and other SQL servers and more. And finally, there is the shared catalog. So the next thing we do, we select the standard catalog, make sure your storage location is set to default, and then next you click on create. And so congratulations, you have successfully created your first catalog. The next thing is to go over to configure catalog, because I'll be showing you how you can configure and set up your catalog the way it should be. And so quickly hide the menu bar, and then we come over. You can see the first one says access and the second one is metadata. So we are going to be giving it access to all workspaces. So the first thing I want you to do is to come over here that says all workspaces have access. So please just click and check this box. And so next, please scroll down, and then you'll find grants. Just click on it and we will be granting full access. So the first thing I want you to do is to come over to privilege preset, and we're going to be shifting it from just data reader to data editor so that we can have full access to modifying every object in our catalog. So please click on this one, and then let's go over to principal, and we're going to be clicking all account users, and then finally click on grants. And so next, we decide what privileges we want to accord to this catalog user. All right, so for this video, I'm just going to click on principal so that it can have full access to browse, apply tag, create function, create models, create schema, and do everything you want to use a catalog for. So the next thing you just need to do is come over and click on the next button. And then for this one, it says set a key, but we're just going to go straight to save. And so, my dear friend, your catalog is ready and already created. So the next thing you need to do is to come over here, and we'll be creating a new schema that will live right inside this catalog we have created. So just please click on create schema. A schema is a second layer storage that works just like a folder. It helps you keep and preserve and organize every table, data, and views right inside your catalog. So let's call this lesson schema, and we'll go over and click on create. And wow, at this point, if you have followed step by step, I will say a very big congratulations to you. So we have successfully set up our workspace, our catalog, and our schema. So right now it is time to start working inside Databricks and working with tables. So there are different ways you can start working and using tables in Databricks. So we just have to come over here. You know, we have been going from one create to the other create to the other create. And so again, we'll still click on this create, and you can either create a volume, a table, a model. And if you're wondering the differences between volume and tables, you must understand that a table is structured. And when working with a table, what comes to your mind is that you are dealing with rows and columns. For volume, you can either have a CSV file, a JSON file, image, video, or even a machine learning model. So next, please click on table. And so I will leave the link to download this file in the description of this video. So all we need to do next is just to come over to browse. You click on browse. And then as you can see here, I have customer Churn. I have downloaded it already. So there's customer Churn and there's advanced bronze. So depending on whatsoever file you have, you can go with it. But for the sake of this video, we'll be using customer Churn, and like I said, the link is in the description of the video. So just please click on it and then click on open. And so like you see here, this is how the table looks. We have several columns and we have monthly charges, and everything is fully uploaded into Databricks. And so next, what we have to do is to come over and click on create table, and our table will be created and added to our catalog and our schema. And so we can start using and working with the table. And so guys, right now you can see we have a clear and a better overview of our data. And so we can see the columns, the type, the comment, the tags, and the column masking. You can also come here and you can see the sample of the data. And as you can see, there is customer ID. So everything is working perfectly well. You can also get more details as regards to the CSV file we uploaded. And as you can see, it was created, this date created by me, and data, runtime, properties, and the storage location is default. You can also scroll down and you get more information about this particular upload. And so we can also work on or alter the permissions. Next, you see over here is policies, history, lineage, insight, and data quality. So quickly, let's just click on insight. And so with this, you can see the table usage in the last 30 days. And sometimes you might run into a little trouble where you'll be told that sample data is not available without an active SQL warehouse or cluster. So what you need to do is to come over to select compute, and then I will be clicking this. Take note that this is the free edition of Databricks we are using for this particular lesson. So just click on this and then come over and say start and close. Then automatically the page will refresh by itself and your data will be ready to view. Alright, so that's for that, guys. So the next thing I want us to do now is to go back to our workspace, and we will be querying this data, working with this data, and we will do it using a notebook file and using an SQL query file. Alright, so the next thing, just come over to workspace, and then we look for the name of the workspace, which is lesson workspace. Alright guys, this is it. So just quickly click on this. We can either create a folder, create a notebook, create a file, a PySpark file or SparkSQL file, or even an SQL query. So the first thing I want us to do to start working on that same table, customer Churn, is to go over to query. We'll click on query. And so we can go ahead to rename this one. So let's just give it a new name and we'll call this Q1. And so first thing you do next is to come over here and we're going to be selecting the catalog that we created. Okay, so what we're doing is we're connecting our workspace to the catalog so that we are able to use our folder and our workspace to relate with any data in any catalog or in any schema. So let's just scroll down and we look for lesson catalog, and here it is. So just select that catalog, and we'll also select the schema, which is a lesson schema, and we'll be able to query whatsoever data or CSV file that lives inside that catalog. And so we can now say select all from Churn Customer to view the dataset. Okay, just quickly click on run all. And so congratulations, we have been able to query our table, connecting it first to the workspace. So our workspace is connected to the catalog, and so here it is, we have customer ID, and so you can actually do every kind of data manipulation and filtering inside it. So let's do another example for SQL before we go over to PySpark. And so we can decide to select specific columns, and so we can say select customer ID and contract from Churn Customer, where monthly charges is above 100 and Sean says yes. And so if we want to run this, if you come back here and click on run all, it's going to start running from the first line, which says select all from customer Sean. And I don't think that's what we want to do. So for now, I think what we should do is to only run the current line which we have not yet run. So to do that, you highlight it, and then you come over here, it will automatically turn to run selected, and please just click on run selected. So you can see now we have our results, and we have customer ID where the monthly charges is beyond 100, and also the Sean says yes. So this is how you can use SQL to query your table right inside Databricks. Guys, please, I love you so much, and that's why I'm doing this video. I want you to hit the subscribe button right now. You can also share, like, and drop your comment. Do not forget that the link to downloading this exact CSV file, I will leave it in the description of this video. So let's go ahead. I want to show you how we can also work on our table right inside Databricks using Notebook. So just navigate back to Workspace, and we'll go back to the Workspace special folder we created, which is our lesson workspace. So just click on it, and right inside it you can see the file we renamed to Q1, which is a query file. So next, go back to create. You can still create whatsoever you want to create. You can start building easier pipelines from here, but I just want to show you how the Databricks notebook works. So please click on it. This notebook gives you the privilege of interacting line by line or cell by cell or stage by stage with your code. So guys, in this Databricks notebook, what you should understand that you can also write Python code or still do the same SQL querying right inside your notebook. All right, so right here you can see Python, and when you click on it, you can have access to SQL, Scala, or R. So guys, please, since we already use SQL with SQL Query Editor, I want us to use Python as we continue. So just click on Python, and then you come over here, you will see this blue dot here. I just want you to come also close to it. You will see run also. Please click on the blue dot. It shows that we have access to serverless cluster and serverless data warehouse. So you can decide which one you want to use, and then you can still come right here and you click on play. And so we have to wait until the cluster turns on. Okay, congratulations. It is now green, telling you that you can now use the data warehouse cluster. Compute. So first, we quickly navigate to this icon, which leads us back to our catalog. So we need to copy the parts to our table. So just scroll down and look for the same catalog. And the name here is lesson catalog. And once you click on it, it will open this, and then lesson schema. We also click on lesson schema. Don't forget, we are looking for a way to copy the parts to the table. So look at the table here, it says customer Sean. And so click on these three dots. And once you click on the three dots, you can copy the file. So it says copy table path preview and the rest of it. So let's just quickly copy the path to this table. So go ahead and close this one back again. And so we say df is equal to spark.read.table. And so we open our parentheses and then we paste it inside. And so all you need to do is come below and say df.display. So let's just run this. To run this cell, please come to display here and click on it. And immediately we have our result displaying. So guys, I love you so much. Do me a good favor to subscribe to my channel. I promise to bring you wonderful, powerful, and more educating videos. We've gone through how to set up your workspace, catalog, schema, and how to ingest your data. So I'll be uploading more interesting and more educational videos. Do not forget, my name is Uka Benjamin Imo. I am your favorite AI and data engineer. I love you so much. See you in the next video.